up?
Yay!
There we go.
Sorry, I'm. It's been a long time since I've been very computer literate.
All right.
I wasn't working when I first joined either, and it's supposed to be my generation that knows how to do this shit, so.
I know. I'm 50. I'm like I should probably know how to do this by now, or almost 50, but I should probably know how to do this by now. But I don't know what's wrong with my headphones, so we're just gonna kick them. Yeah, I was having some auras and things this morning. I didn't feel great. I was gonna get up early and do lots of stuff.
Yeah, I was going through a lot of these posts. I found a lot of old ones. But yeah, someone said absent seizures. Hi guys. I've suffered from absent seizure in the past. In the last year of August, since August 2021. Then my medication have continued and recently stopped in October of 2024. So my question is now, can I smoke and drink freely as it's been more than 3 years since my last seizure and more than 6 months since I stopped my medication? Also, if I drink or smoke vape, this seizure won't actually return, right?
Ooh,
Uh,
I don't know. I
that's
wouldn't
my
mess with alcohol, but that's just me. I've never ever had a good time with alcohol. Long before I had diagnosis.
right.
I am not the right person to ask. I come from alcoholic parents, so I don't believe in that shit.
There you go.
Gotcha. Someone said I stopped my medication because they're making me dumb. Sounds like a kid, but let's read it. I can't tell anyone else what without them getting mad at me. I have a series of interviews coming up, and I was going dumber each passing day. There was a serious decline in my cognitive skills. I don't know if it's the meds or the illness itself, but I feel great. It's temporary, but I like how it feels. I feel fresh, like I'm less depressed. I have focal aware seizure, scary ones. I only had two tonic clonics. I feel like it's worth taking the risk. I have done it once before and it lasted for 16 to 17 days before I had an aura. I know it's stupid, but I am so tired of being in medication. It's been 3 years now. Has anybody else done this? No.
Hmm. I can't.
Can't say I have.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I am supposed to be taking this fucking. If y'all don't want me to curse all the time, let me know. I will
It's
try.
all right.
I don't know if I'll do well, but I'll try. I'm supposed to be taking this stupid med to help me sleep at night, and I think it also is like a mood thing, but it's mostly about sleep. But it gives me terrible dreams, and I don't like it. And my wife tells me, don't, if you don't like it, talk to your doctor, but don't mess with your meds until then. Talk to your doctor, but do what you're supposed to do. And I know she's right, but at the same time, that is the one thing where I'm kind of like, I sort of just don't want to take it. I
What?
would never, I would never mess with my epilepsy meds without talking to my doctors. But that one, I'm kind of like, it's just for sleep. It doesn't really matter, does it? Can I just not take it?
Well, if you're having bad dreams and you're not getting good sleep anyway, this happened to me. One of my meds, I felt I mean, just absolute insane dreams. And it was just not, I would wake up and be like, that was not restful at all. And the whole point of this is I'm supposed to be like sleeping, what, 14 hours a day or some ridiculousness. Yeah, that's not. So probably you should talk to them about changing the kind of sleep med it is, because
Yeah.
that's doing the exact opposite of what they want it to do, right? They want you to sleep, but they also want it to be restful sleep. If you're not getting restful sleep, it's working exactly against what they're trying to say. And I'm saying this from a place of having to tell my doctor, look, I feel insane when I wake up from these dreams. This is not in any way restful. I can't continue this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not definitely not down with just stopping your medication. I have had to skip doses of things. I mean, going back to the OP's question, but I would not do it on purpose, right? You guys know?
Right? I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it on purpose. I wouldn't not take my meds, and seizures are not fun, and then the outcome is unpredictable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything could happen, and just risking it, I don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's
I
not.
mean, I haven't gotten to a place where my meds are have things under control. So if I stopped taking them, things would get crazy. So there's no way I would stop taking my meds. They're, you know, yeah.
Yes, I'm uncontrolled as well and medication resistant. I get, you know, quickly become to where they don't even really work that well. And then you're taking combos and you're trying to find something. But if a certain kind of medication is doing that to you, probably talk to your doctor. I understand them feeling dumb. I think we all go through that. And
Yeah,
probably our families don't help. Or the people around us are like, hey, you seem a little
yeah.
slower than you were.
I see that a lot. People saying that they feel dumb in the crowds at their end. Yeah.
Definitely. Where's my dog eating? What are you eating? Hold on 1 second here. What did you get? What do you have? Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know where he got a stick, but he's chewing on a stick on my carpet. So what are we doing now?
Someone says, my neurologist criticized me, questioned my disability. One neurologist was judging me based on SSI and how I should work. I have seizure every day throughout the day, didn't take my response seriously, ended up with a whatever you say look on his face. I've had a seizure, didn't help, on a lot of medication at the highest doses. This appointment was me looking for more medication because I can't handle this anymore. What should I do? Am I overreacting? No.
Mm-mm. No,
Yeah.
that's messed up. I mean, what were you gonna say, Reese?
Oh no,
No,
I
I
was
was
just
just,
agreeing. I have two kinds of doctors. I have so many doctors. I I am I feel bad about myself using the phrase chronically ill, but I got so much shit going on. I got lots of doctors. So I got two kinds. I got the kind that are amazing, and I got the kind that I can't even look at because they make me so mad. And I feel terrible when I hear people talk about doctors that are like that because they're just ugh. And the doctors I have that are good are just, they're so, I just wish that I could give everyone a doctor like that. And I'm so lucky to have a neurology team like I do. Um, but yeah,
Those are good.
people who don't, it's just like I can't even imagine.
Yeah. It's my husband had to fight uh, for years to get them to believe him that there was something wrong inside his brain. And when he finally got them to send him to a neurologist, she looked at him and she said, 4 days, you have to go get a brain scan. Definitely. And he had to have, yeah, open brain surgery. And it seemed like he already had brain bleeds from an AVM. I don't know if you guys know what that is. And it's different, of course, than what we have, but it's the same kind of thing. If your doctor doesn't pay attention and you're constantly advocating for yourself, and she's the only doctor you can get to because of your insurance, what are you just have to keep on bugging them, right? I mean, what else can you do?
Right.
And then I have like my neurologist or my epileptologist, which is incredible. So there you go, right? How about
Yeah.
you, Pookie? How's yours? How's your team?
My team is all right. My main neurologist, he just retired on the 3rd. So
Oh
I'm
no.
looking for another one.
Oh,
But Stanford's right here, so it's pretty easy to find neurologists there.
all right, teaching hospitals.
Yeah, pregnant with epilepsy.
Ooh.
Says, hello, everyone. I'm a 25-year-old woman that is 5 months pregnant with my first child. I also have epilepsy. I've had epilepsy ever since I can remember. Sometimes I have fatigue episodes. It's where I can't finish a sentence or I forgot what I was talking about with someone. Fatigue episodes can turn into a seizure if I'm in a stressful situation or I'm too hot or too cold. During this pregnancy, I haven't had one fatigue episode. I've been taking my medicine every day. Don't worry, my medicine is safe to take while I'm pregnant. I'm struggling with a decision that I have to make whether to give natural birth or schedule a C-section because of my condition. My grandma had 2 miscarriages while giving birth, and my mom had an emergency C-section for her first child. Then after that, she had scheduled C-sections with the rest of us kids. I want other women's insight, whether you were pregnant or currently pregnant and have epilepsy. What do you decide when you're pregnant? Do you have a natural birth or a C-section?
I had it, but it wasn't like turned on. Something in my brain turned on when I was 44. So I already had my 5 kids. But what I will say is that I had a C-section with my twins the first time, an emergency. And then after that, we did scheduled C-sections every time because they informed me that they would make me labor for 12 hours anyway and then do a C-section.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
But yeah, if in my opinion, even though I wasn't diagnosed then, I would say yes. If I had been diagnosed, I would definitely schedule a C-section. And I ended up doing so with my last 3 anyway. So yeah. As a,
Yeah.
as a person who I experienced labor, didn't go all the way through. No, there's too many things that can go wrong. I can't imagine. I would be so scared. And being scared just makes it worse, right? Like,
Right.
doesn't that lower your threshold, everybody?
I believe so.
I mean, mine anyway. I don't know you guys.
Yeah, I think it lowers my threshold, just like the nervousness.
Yeah, right, right. Anxiety, fear, being scared for your baby, whatever, I think would
Yeah.
not be helpful. Yeah. I would try to talk to your doctor about that if they're willing. Also, I don't know how much anesthesia messes with you, but I found that it does mess with me. So, you're going to have to talk to your doctor about that too. Anyway, what's next?
Someone said Apple Watch fall detection saved my life. It's a long story. So, as someone who was only diagnosed with epilepsy in the last 3 years of my life, I'm currently 32. I'm still trying to figure things out. It makes everything a lot scarier surrounding epilepsy when only a few months prior to my diagnosis, my best friend, who was also the younger sister of my boyfriend, died from SUDEP while showering one morning. I have had a lot of cardiac issues in my 20s that led me to believe that there is a huge cardiac element at play. And since its emergence on the market, I've relied on wearable technology to give me a general idea of my heart rate. Obviously, technology has gone through crazy advances, and even the ECG on the Apple Watch is impressive to have. But I know it's not something you can be totally dependent on. I believe my Fitbit was the first device to catch these severe drops in heart rate that would only be seen or noticed if you were looking at heart rate broken down by seconds. Example, extremely high heart rate in 130s dropping to 39 and 1 second later being 140 and maybe dropping again to 70 but returning to 120 but basically showing a major drop then spike. That's a lot.
Yeah.
There's like 4 more paragraphs. And they said, I found that as I've gotten older and developed seizures, I've noticed these heart issues more. I know to immediately start taking ECGs when I'm feeling off and without fail have always recorded these episodes. I have an amazing team of doctors, neurologists, neuropsychiatrists, epileptologists, cardiologist.
Cardiologist? Gotcha.
Cardiologist, there we
Right.
go.
Heart guys.
And while I've had total of maybe 10 grand mal seizures over the years, they're becoming more frequent, which is concerning. But I mean, what isn't concerning when it comes to epilepsy, right? So I'm really struggling to find a medication that's for me. And in this process, my anxiety has become too much for me. It was already an issue. Was epilepsy wasn't on the table. My first thing I did to try to ease my mind after my diagnosis was get an Apple Watch. And I actually didn't even know there was anything that ever was supposed to include fall detection, but I do have emergency contacts on my phone. I happened to be out of town on a golfing weekend, and I wanted to check out the town while some of the guys had lunch and played around. I was in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and the last thing I remember was this overwhelming feeling of tunnel vision. Like my field of view was closing in fear because it was like I had already checked out and was already an onlooker, even if I could have gotten myself to sit down on this random street. There wasn't anyone actually around. Oh, it sucks. Ooh.
That sucks.
Still more.
Shit.
Next thing I knew, I was in the hospital pretty banged up. I had gone down and hit a parked car. My watch detected the fall. My phone called 911 and gave them my health conditions and medications and gave them the exact location I was. While doing that, it was sending text messages to my mom and boyfriend with the same information and then providing updated GPS location of the ambulance, and ultimately I was able to get my boyfriend to that hospital, so he was there when I came to, about 45 minutes after the 911 call went out. I am blown away by this and so comforted to know that there is technology working, even if we aren't always aware, or it's not the fanciest technology we expected. I wanted to share this because maybe there's someone who can find comfort in some tech that they already have. I am also curious if anyone has had any other luck with technology. That was very long.
Yes.
It was, but you know what? It makes me think maybe I should start wearing my Apple Watch again.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
have one, but it might be a good idea. We have our new house that we've only been in like 3 months has, oh, well, it's got 3 levels, and then the outside stairs are like 3 separate, stair landings, and I do worry. I always try to hold on and count the stairs to make sure that I don't trip or fall. Because the other house we lived in, I slid down the driveway on my face. It's just, when your footing goes out sometimes, and you're just like, okay, that was bad. But if you're going to fall downstairs, that's really bad. So if I had an Apple Watch, maybe that would keep me from dying. I don't know.
That would help.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, no, I don't have any tech. You guys, Reese says she has one, but she hasn't been wearing it. What about you, Pookie? Any technology helped you?
I do not. I don't have an Apple Watch. I have earpods, but I don't have an Apple Watch. I might get it one day. Yeah, fall detection sounds nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're pretty expensive, though. I don't know.
I got one specifically because I got the Apple Watch a little bit after the epilepsy diagnosis, actually, because I found out about some kind of app that was supposed to help with nighttime seizure. Like it was supposed to
Track them.
track them,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Mhm.
it wound up not working very well because it took too much battery.
Oh,
So that's why I stopped wearing it, because it wasn't actually useful for what I bought it for. But yeah, I guess if it could be useful for something else, I could start wearing it again.
my doctor, my epileptologist, and it's a whole team of epileptologists, but he specifically has tried a lot of times to get me to use Epsi, epilepsy app, but it's not very good. It's not very streamlined. It's hard to use.
Right.
Sometimes it's just closes. I don't know. My husband really because how hard is it to take down a bunch of notes after you just had a seizure, right, guys? Are you
Right.
ready to like type a bunch of stuff into your phone?
Not
I
really. I
mean,
don't want to.
my wife does it for me.
Exactly, right? And so my husband was the one that did it, and he was like, this is not very streamlined. I don't. So he just started putting it in our calendar, and then I would just read it back to our epileptologist from the calendar. Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my neurologist wants me to keep track, but like I'm out of it. So
How
my
are you
wife is
supposed to
like,
do that? I know. I
yeah,
wonder how people who live alone even. I guess you have to have something like an Apple Watch or some other kind of technology. I just can't imagine.
Right.
I have no idea. So yeah.
Yeah, I even had trouble. I'm sure you guys have had the EEGs that you take home where you have the camera and you're supposed to like start the camera. Who the heck? It's like, oh, I'm gonna remember to start this when I'm about to go down. I never ever did it right, ever.
Oh, mine was had mine was like a special company, and they came and they set up everything for me.
Oh, how nice. No,
Yeah.
I had to bring home a little literal like VCR like camera and set it up
Mm-mm.
next to my bed.
No, they came and they put the thing on
Yeah, I
my
had to go to
head.
the hospital and have that done and pick up the little, a strap-on machine. Just like Pookie, we saw the other gentleman last time and he had
Yeah, I
it
forgot
wrapped
his
up and he was
name,
talking
but
about,
yeah.
uh-huh. I want to say it's like Reinhold or something, but I could totally be wrong. Um, yes, he had the same thing, and I've had that done 3 times, and it's never very effective. It's always more effective if I'm in the hospital. They do the same thing where they glue it on the head, exactly the same way, but just I'm there in front of their cameras and on their little machine because I'm just not. You're not very with it to be like punching buttons and telling people things. Never. Yeah. I mean, maybe you guys are. I'm not.
Oh no, not at all.
Uh,
About you, Pookie? You're able to push the buttons when they tell you you're supposed to.
no,
No, it's just not very.
not at
I don't know
all.
how they can even expect it, really. It must
When
be a
I
different
have
kind of seizure.
when I have I struggle to know the terms for the different awake ones is what I call them, but I think it's a focal aware.
Yep, the
But
vocal awareness. Yeah.
how I know that I'm having one is just that I can't do what I'm trying to do. So like I'll get a phone call from my wife or something, and she'll be like, and I'll just be trying to like push the buttons or something, and I can't do it. I'm just like, I can't figure out how to push the button. Like,
Hmm. Yep. I've had at least several focal awareness ones that have been recorded because I was caught in the middle of it by a family member. But yeah, they're not fun. Usually I have the other
Right.
kind, but the focal awareness are so not fun.
yeah,
Not at all.
it's kind of it's weird because the other ones, it, to say any are better or worse is wrong, but the other ones are, they're more dramatic, I
Oh,
guess. But
definitely. Yeah.
but they're almost better to experience in a sense because you don't experience them really. It's just kind of
Because
like,
you're out and you don't have to see it.
exactly, like it's over and they're just like, you had a seizure, and you're like, oh, okay.
I think I had one. Uh,
Yep. Yeah,
But
I
the
feel that.
vocal
It
aware,
hurts.
like you're aware and it's like, oh shit.
no, I feel like I just had one, like
Just now?
clammy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm getting that clammy feeling and hot flashes.
Yep. I soaked my sheets like 4 times, like from like 4 a.m. till whenever the hell I got out of bed. Off and on. I had to get up and change my pajamas, and I was like, "When is this gonna happen?" But it was just my
Right.
husband keeps begging me to try not to take well, he says so much medication, but he wants me to cut back on the Klonopin. I don't know if either of you take Klonopin or clonazepam because they basically say if you take it for a long time, you're going to get dementia. So he's very concerned. And I'm thinking,
I
my
understand.
memory's already shot to shit. What the hell are we doing?
That is
But also, I don't want
understandable.
to be. I really don't. So I'm going to have to talk to my doctor about replacing that. Because that's like, I've been on that like 5 years now, I think.
But for a change.
Well, like I said, the medication resistant, I usually have to change things pretty often. And yeah, the clammy focal awareness ones and where you're like trying to do something like, why won't this work? Uh,
Right.
or somebody catches you doing something totally wrong, or yeah, or the other kind. Just trying to get control of it with a bunch of different medications. And sometimes it really sucks. Like you're talking about your sleeping medicine, Reese. Oh my gosh. The one I had to take where I couldn't stop dreaming about cats. What the heck? I didn't even have cats at the time. I'm like, why am I? There's cats everywhere. But it wasn't pleasant. Like when I had cats, they're great, but it wasn't pleasant cats.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Lately, have either of you had the kind of seizure where you just like scream? Just randomly?
Ooh,
You just start
no, that
screaming?
sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all, but I have seen it on camera, or I wouldn't even really believe it because it sounds so what? But
Yeah,
hmm that's my new
wild.
thing.
Do you cry?
Yeah, sometimes I cry, usually after, but sometimes before and after. But I scream. Yeah, that's my new thing. I just put my head back like a Japanese horror film ghost and just scream. I did it apparently at the dining room table the other day, and I have absolutely no memory of that whatsoever.
All
I
right.
wouldn't even believe
Understandable.
it. But yeah, that's I just wondered if anybody else had ever had that.
No.
Well,
Um,
good. Don't.
Yeah, it's so rough
okay.
to just feel like you just don't even know what your body's doing.
Definitely.
Yeah. Like I was talking to someone else and um he said that it's like what did he say? What did he say? He said that doing this it makes him feel like he's not stupid. And I told
Right.
him, yeah, you're not stupid. Yeah.
Definitely. I know. It's nice to talk to other people who have had it and
Yeah,
understand.
it really is. Yeah,
Okay.
because other people definitely make me feel stupid. Uh,
Right.
my
Some people can.
coworkers especially, uh,
Yeah.
Sorry to
I
hear
just
that.
I just had to stop working. I had to go on
I'm
medical
I'm
leave.
so terrified because I'm afraid that that's what's going to happen. But if I have to stop working, then I don't know where to go from there, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I love my job so much. It's the worst. I hate it. Oh, doggone it, Banksy, cut it out. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get my stupid dog to be quiet. Hey. No. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna kick him out of my room if he does it again. Yeah, it's yeah, hard not to feel stupid around other people because your memory is not good, and like sometimes I'll say something twice and I won't remember I did it. That's and they'll be like, "You just asked that." Oh, that's not good.
Right.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do
I
that.
was
I
I
feel
was
like I
on the
whined about. Oh, go ahead.
oh no, I was on here with someone the other day and he was saying how um he has focal unawares, and he told me he went grocery shopping and didn't even know it. He said he got all of his groceries, and then he said that he got up because he was asleep, and he told his wife he needs to run and get groceries. And then she said, "You already got groceries." Yeah, he went
That's
grocery shopping and everything while focal unaware.
well, they yanked my license after the second one because they had given it back to me after the first one. And then 2 days later, I had one of the biggest TCs I've had, or grand mal, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and actually, my coworker was like, she said, "You're acting funny." And it was about time for me to leave. And then I was acting very funny. And she called my husband. She took my keys from me and called my husband and told him that she thought something was wrong. And he came and got me. And we only lived 5 minutes from my job. And when he picked me up, I started sobbing. That was the first time that that had been a thing. And I was just like begging for forgiveness before something even happened. And then as soon as we got home, I had it. And of course, begged for forgiveness afterwards. But yeah, that's a thing for sure. The focal unawares didn't come for a long time, or the focal awares. Those are awful, where you're like trying to do the thing and you can't do the thing. All of that stuff is terrible. I hate all of it. I don't know. I don't know how many kinds you guys have, but
It's like the feeling I'm getting now. It's like I would say like a heartbeat. It just kind of it hits me every now and then. And I'm just like, is this a seizure going on or what's going on? I keep getting like this blanks feeling for a second, and then I come back.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
How
That's
about
what I'm going through right now.
I'm
It's
so
just that
sorry.
tiny
It's
feeling.
okay. You just go ahead. It's all right. We're here. Or do
Gotcha.
you need to go get some rescue meds or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Okay.
Just I don't know where that came from.
Oh, hey, that's okay. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
To support each other, Reese.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like I said this last time, but one of the things that drives me crazy with coworkers and just other people is that if they know that I have epilepsy or that I've had a brain surgery, they just don't give me any sort of leeway. So, like, you know, a regular person can forget something, but I can't anymore.
Yeah.
Anything
Right.
is because of epilepsy. Anything, I can't make a single mistake.
Yeah.
Every single thing I do is evidence that there's something wrong with me
Right.
and that I can't do my job anymore.
Right.
And so, I've got a coworker who makes mistakes left and right and never knows what's going on. And he's fine, whatever. That's just who he is. That's just you know. But if I miss a single email, if I do a single thing wrong, it's like, oh, Reese can't do their job anymore. Reese has epilepsy. Reese had brain surgery. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're going through that. That sounds like it sucks like horribly. Yeah.
I
Really
understand.
sorry you're going through that.
Yeah. But, and, my husband had brain surgery, so I understand all of that too. And he had a coworker before he had brain surgery that had it, and they treated him that way. And he said the guy wasn't terribly messed up. He just, he was like anybody else. We all have problems. We all make little mistakes, no matter what. But I'm sorry, that's not fair. It sucks so bad.
Fair enough.
Society has a lot of shitty problems.
yeah.
It's not fair at all, for sure.
Right. I think what I was going through, I guess they called it the myoclonic jerks.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I was just going through.
Right.
It's like small, but yeah. And
But
then this sweating feeling is killing me. But
yeah, but
at
that's
least
the crappy
knowing,
part.
at
Yep.
least knowing what's going on now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. You don't have to take like a half a lorazepam or anything like that to stop it from turning into something else. Okay. If I start
That's
doing the
good.
myoclonic jerks, I have to be super careful that it's not going to go straight to the other side quick.
Right.
I don't have very much time. If it's to the point where I'm like, this is a bad aura, I don't have very much time to make a decision about what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Sometimes I get that too. Sometimes I'm like, uh oh. the precursor has came.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like what do you call it? The the bell tolls.
Yeah.
The calm before the storm.
Right, exactly. Sure. Exactly. That's a thing I've been dealing with for the past couple of days. And then like I said, I had that crazy one where I sit at the dining room table and just started screaming in front of my kids who are
Oh no.
homeschooling and stuff. I'm like, I cannot believe that just happened. Yeah. So, but yeah, then I was having that kind of feeling where it comes up over the from your back and your stomach and sort of over the top of your head and then comes back, that sort of aura feeling. And then I was having the watery eye feeling where everything looked like I was looking through watery waves. When you start getting that crap and it starts layering on top of each other, you know something's doing something.
I know
So
that feeling.
yeah, so I've been trying to be careful not to overdo it or not forget to eat or yeah, or not sleep enough. Any of those things.
Yeah, I try to make sure I get enough sleep
Yeah,
and eat good
yeah.
because that is a big deal. Sleeping and eating, that's a trigger for me. Eating right and sleeping right.
It's so rough having to keep everything like a perfect regimen. You know, you gotta eat, you gotta sleep, everything on
You gotta
schedule.
take the pills on time, and you got and
Yeah,
gotta
I
take a
was gonna
liquid
say,
too. You
gotta
gotta
take
take
the
your
pills
liquid
on
on time.
time and
Yeah,
all that.
and not get too stressed out. How do you not get too stressed out? But life is full of stress,
Right.
right?
Oh, less stress.
Y- your your pet gets sick, the next door neighbor is being a jerk, your coworker is being a creep, whatever. Yeah, everything is stressful, isn't it? Like
The
my
entire
child,
country is
yeah,
a
it's
mess.
blowing up a little bit. And like my child just left to go back to school, and I should be like really happy, but I sobbed because I'm like, it's I get super over emotional now. Yeah, I didn't used to be like that. That wasn't really a thing. Do you guys have that particular problem? I know, Pookie, you've had it for a long time. How long have you had it, Reese? You said
Oh, I've always been an
you've always had
emotional
it.
mess. Don't tell my wife I admitted it. I tell her I'm a robot who has no feelings, but I'm a mess.
Yeah, you got the same deal, Pookie. Get over emotional about things,
Time to time.
time to time.
Mine
You get
is
those
like,
overwhelming moments.
yeah, mine is like overwhelming moments. I'm not sure how I'd explain it.
Yeah,
Not overwhelming. You understand that.
yeah, I know
Just
what you mean. I understand. You just you have sometimes when you feel more intently or whatever.
right, like right now, it's just not going away. This clammy feeling.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
It's all right. Just,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I know I'm kind of running this, even though I'm not really trying to. I'm just trying to make sure you're okay and everything's that
yeah,
we're
I'm good.
talking
Think so.
about something relevant to all of us.
Yeah. I mean, don't if you feel like you need to just
Yeah,
sit,
Pookie,
take a
if you,
break, Pookie, by all means, we can let you go.
yeah,
It's all right. I'm here.
okay, all right. Well, you let us know because
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Reese and I understand. We'll let you go, and we'll
we
go
totally
get on with
understand.
whatever
Yes.
thing we have to go do.
Yeah. It's getting close to dinner time anyway. My wife is probably sitting waiting for me to, you know,
Gotcha.
come and start food.
Oh yeah, you're still allowed to cook. I'm allowed to cook
No.
once in a while.
When I say start food, I mean either tell her what I want to eat or permit her to order food.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I was just curious because it was, of course, it was one thing they said first when I first, because I wasn't technically diagnosed till 5 years ago. So that's, I was 44 years old. I already had all my kids, I'm working over a full-time job, managing an ice cream shop and decorating ice cream cakes. And yeah, not, yeah, cooking dinner is nothing, right? But then they tell you you're not supposed to
Yeah, it's
cook.
terrible.
And
Yeah.
I did anyway for a long time until I had one of those non-focal ones where I'm like standing over the hot pasta and I'm getting ready to fall in it until my daughter caught me.
Yeah.
Do that a couple of times and you're like, let me make sure there's somebody nearby if I'm gonna cook.
There's like
I'm
bread I have no
trying.
taste in me. Oh,
I'm big into baking. I'm not like a huge cook, but baking is my thing. So I'm trying to find a way to make making bread something that I can do. We're trying to find the right um tools and stuff to make it safe for me to start doing that at least.
Mhm.
But yeah, making dinner and stuff, probably not something we can do. And things are overwhelming for my wife right now with everything. So we order in a lot.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, it's a rough time right now. I was in the hospital for like 2 months.
Oof,
So
wow, that's a long time.
yeah.
Gosh.
So we're just we're just trying to get back. I'm trying to I'm still recovering, which she keeps yelling at me when I get frustrated and reminding me that I'm still in recovery and I have to yell at her and tell her that she's doing two people's worth of work and yeah, it's a struggle, but we're doing our best.
So, everybody okay? My camera,
yep.
my thing froze for a minute. Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh, my internet is unstable.
Oh.
But Pookie, what's going on? How are you doing?
I'm all right. Little hot flashes every now and then, but it's all right.
Yeah?
And I was gonna go to the next thing to read.
Are you sure you don't need to go get some cold water or something?
Yeah, I'm
Anything?
good.
Okay. All right. I know
Do
the
I
hot
look good?
flashes. Okay. Yeah, you look fine, honey. I just want to make sure you don't need to drink some water or something. That's really important.
Yeah,
Hydration is so important.
take care of yourself,
Um,
Pookie.
Like,
You're reminding me of my wife. She thinks that she can just power through no matter what. And you gotta take care of yourself sometimes.
after I got sick, my husband literally said to me, I thought you were invincible. And I said, I thought I was too. What are you supposed to say, right? Yeah, I mean, I did too, right? I thought, 50 hours a week is nothing. And homeschooling the kids in 50 hours a week and taking care of you and, whatever else is nothing. It's nothing. It's something. You have to learn.
Mhm.
Okay, Pookie, did you get some water?
yeah, I did. Thanks.
Okay, I just want to make sure. That's the
Mhm.
mom in the name there.
Thanks.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, we got
Thanks.
someone
Oh, my
new.
dog just went. He thinks it's a real door. Hold on, we got to kick somebody out of the room again. Thanks. No. Here, go on. It's not a real doorbell. Okay, it's not a real doorbell. I promise. Okay, everybody, what's up? Are we okay? Everybody connected?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Oh my gosh.
It's connecting to audio for Twix.
All right.
Hello, Twix.
Twix.
Looks like the audio is not connected.
Try one more time. Try. Oh God. Hi.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, I'm on a Zoom meeting. Yeah.
Ooh, I have got the worst feeling in my legs, I gotta tell you.
Um.
And I'm very hot as well. So let's go ahead and get
Oh.
my sweatshirt too, just like I did with our other wonderful fan. There, our guy in
Man.
castle. Ah, hold on, I'm gonna put my hair up too. All of a sudden,
I don't think
oh,
my
my forehead is so icky
phone is
looking.
letting me
I gotta figure this out.
have audio.
I'm gonna have to start wearing a headband around my forehead. Here we go. I got something. We're gonna do it.
Take it upstairs.
Where is Twix? Pookie, are you all right, sweetheart? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying
Raise
to.
your hand. I'm just making sure. Okay. I thought you had fallen for a second there. I was just
Oh
making sure.
no.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Oh, Twigs! There you
Twix.
are!
Nice to
How
meet
are
you.
you?
No, Banks, you can't come back in. I'm sorry, my dog is trying to get back in.
Support group
I'm just gonna tie this up.
meeting today. Yeah, I'll take it upstairs.
Hello.
Hi.
Someone said epilepsy is not a character trait. I'm gonna go into that and read it. It says, okay, so for those of you who use the term epileptic, forgive me. I've been dealing with seizures since I had my stroke 8.5 years ago. I'm now 64. My son-in-law has epilepsy, but I told him I did not like it when he referred to himself as an epileptic. Epilepsy is not a characteristic. It is not a personality trait. We are wonderful people who suffer from a life-altering physical medical problem. But my epilepsy is not who I am. I know it's hard to think that way when it affects every aspect of your being. Yeah. Whew. Yeah.
Well. Anybody else got something to say?
Opinions on that?
Anybody want to go ahead of
First
me?
of all, I had 2 strokes, just sharing that with y'all.
Yeah. That's where I'm at.
I don't know if I can be heard.
Oh, now you can.
You
Yeah.
can't? I
Yeah,
can't?
we can
I
hear you.
can hear you now.
Hi. What you have to say about it?
Well,
Oops.
Um,
So, I also lost all hearing in my left ear.
Ooh.
So, I'm all over all kinds of communities. I'm hard of hearing, I'm epileptic, I'm queer, I'm all over the place. So I find the deaf community very interesting because there are people who are deaf with a capital D because they're really entrenched in the deaf community. And there are people who are deaf with a lowercase d because they're deaf, but they're not defining themselves as deaf. And then there are hard of hearing people who are only partially deaf. And it's a fascinating community to try to get to know. And I think that is an interesting way to start looking at this because it's kind of an example of how you can look at community in a different way. You can look at it as a way to define yourself. You can look at it as a way to meet other people. You can look at it as a way to
Oh,
I'm losing the thread of what I'm trying to say, but there are lots of different ways to put the pieces as part of your life, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And everyone has a different way of looking at it. And I find that really interesting. So some people look at epilepsy as a disorder, and some people look at epilepsy as a disorder that affects their life in a certain way. So they make community out of it. And some people look at it as a way to describe themselves. And I just think it's really interesting. So I don't think that you should tell anyone how to use epilepsy to describe themselves.
Definitely. It's yeah. Well, like I said, I just got it, well, I'm pretty sure I had it as a kid, but you know what? When your family refuses to admit something,
Yeah.
no.
I mean, I know that I just blabbed a lot and I'm sorry that I talked too much, but
all
I
right.
guess what I'm trying to say, that question just seemed like it was trying to put a lot of opinion on someone else. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of opinions out there that people have, and on themselves. And you can just
hmm hmm
let people feel how they feel about themselves. And it's a complicated thing, community, and it's a complicated thing to figure out how you see yourself with something as complicated as
Yes.
disability. And you shouldn't tell other people how to deal with that.
Yeah, totally understand that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the correlation you have there with the deaf community versus the epilepsy community, who, like that gentleman that last time asked if we were telling the truth, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he thought maybe epilepsy isn't really like this or something, or we're like being dramatic or something. And then he
He
left
thought
like
we
a
were
second
way
after I
too
told him I was
dramatic
telling the
about it.
truth, right? Am I telling the
Yeah,
truth,
Yeah.
Pookie? Is that what happened?
we were
Oh,
telling the truth.
wow.
He thought we were being a little dramatic, I guess.
I was like, dude, for reals. Uh, you know what? The very first time I had a seizure, I almost died. Like, and it,
Everybody's story was like so vivid that he was like, this stuff can't be true.
That's
my
crazy.
husband couldn't even call 911. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh man.
It's nice to meet you, Twix. So what's your
It's nice to meet you guys too. Oh, my
experience?
my first seizure was kind of like that too. Except everybody else thought that I was dying.
Yes. Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. You probably were too, You
Yeah.
stop breathing, that's what happens. Your brain shuts down.
Right. I collapsed in the bathroom and like trapped myself in the bathroom,
Oh
like
God.
between the toilet and the
Gross.
tub, and like
Mhm.
blocked the door so nobody could get in. So like my sister had to break the door in,
Oh no.
and like my boyfriend saw, and my brother ran up.
Still,
My
Yeah.
you're alive. That's the important thing,
Yeah.
sweetheart. You're
Wow.
alive.
Yeah. My mom wasn't home.
Oh,
oh
honey, I'm
So
no.
sorry. It's okay. It's all right. You
I
know,
feel terrible.
suit
That's the
up is
thing
one of
is,
those
I
things.
feel
You,
I carry guilt for it.
I
And that
know, I
was
know. I
terrible.
have the worst guilt in the whole world over
Me
it.
too.
It's terrible. You know, yeah. And Pookie, he lives with his family, and when things happen, they have to help him. And like last
I
week, I sat at the dining room table in front of my homeschooling children and started screaming like a Japanese horror movie ghost. And I'm not exaggerating
Oh
at
man.
all. And my husband had to come and grab me. And then I wouldn't even let him give me my pill to stop. Okay? It's okay. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
sobbing right now too. It's all right.
Me too. I feel like crying with you.
Okay?
Thanks, you got
You
me.
my
you understand too?
Like
It's
I
my
said,
wife
Tuesdays and Fridays.
my wife doesn't let me close the bathroom
yep.
door anymore because I had so many seizures in the bathroom.
Me
I'm
too.
not allowed to lock the door.
That's how it was for a long time. I don't lock the bathroom door
Yeah.
anymore. I'm not allowed to, really.
Yeah, I don't close bedrooms doors. I don't
Yeah.
lock any door.
For a while I wasn't allowed to shower alone.
Yep. No, my husband made me sing to him. Like I had to sing out loud while I was showering. No, I don't. Like, seriously,
So
you're
I know
5 feet
you're
away
okay in
from
there.
me. But but I had to. He made me do that for, oh my gosh, almost a year. And I wasn't. I mean, of
So
course,
we make sure you're okay.
not allowed to shower alone. And that was one of the tiniest bathrooms I've ever seen. And if I had collapsed in there, I would have wedged the door closed. And then
Yeah.
even after we got the cat box in there, I would have
Oh my
wedged
gosh.
myself. So yeah, I didn't close the door because the bathroom was in our bedroom back in our other house too. So it worked a little better.
Yeah.
We have 3 sons too. But yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I don't lock bathroom doors. Pookie doesn't lock bathroom doors. Reese doesn't. Yep, her wife doesn't let her close the door.
Yeah,
It's
no, because
okay.
I live in Boston. We have the smallest bathrooms. So I when I collapse in the bathroom, you can't get in there.
Yep. We
Yeah.
had a 1,200 square foot Eichler in the Bay Area, and it's unbelievably tiny. And yeah, just seriously, there were so many places I could have got trapped. Yeah,
Right.
but
I've
and
been
it's
in
great.
between the wall and the toilet.
Yeah, yeah, you've done it too.
Yeah, I've been in between the wall and the toilet before.
Did the paramedics have to get you, or were your family able to get you out?
I think my family got me, and I woke
Oh,
up to the paramedics.
oh,
Yep.
that's so God. Oh,
Yeah, I woke up to the paramedics. They told me I was going to the hospital. I was like, no,
I'm
the
fine.
ambulance is too expensive. Ambulances are too expensive.
Right.
They're like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 17, but I was 20.
Oh.
They're like, no, you're going to the hospital. I'm like, no, ambulances are too expensive.
I've gone to I've gotten in ambulances and couldn't remember my address when they asked me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't even remember all the things I couldn't remember, except that I told them that the Orange Man was president, but he wasn't, and I don't.
Oh,
I did tell the firefighters and the paramedics that no, I didn't have a seizure. I'm going back to sleep. I have to work tomorrow. Yeah.
I've tried to get out of the ambulance. I think I actually opened the door. Um, I've left the hospital. Uh, yeah, I've
Wow.
done some things.
yeah.
I
Thankfully,
left the
it's.
hospital and I went home. But before I made it home, the ambulance, the police had already made it there and asked, why am I not at the hospital?
Right.
So then once they got there, and then I got home, my family's like, hey, why you not at the hospital? And yeah, It was like I left and got this gauze on my arm, and I was like, they make it look so easy. They put it there, and I put it there, and it's just bleeding, and it didn't look right. They put it there, and it just stays white. I put it there, and it just turned all red.
Oh.
But then I had to walk home too, so yeah, the walk home was like an hour and a half, and I guess holding it there the whole time.
Oh my God.
When I got there, I was like, they did not make this look easy.
Oh.
Yeah, so been through that.
Tell you, they don't make it look easy when they do it on me. I have to tell them every time. I say, I have tricky veins. They are small and they curve. It's gonna be hard. And they always tell me, they say, you're making a big deal out of nothing. And then they can't do it every time.
Yeah.
And I say, I get stuff done all the time. I'm not lying to you. It's gonna be hard. And they don't believe me. When I was having my whole ordeal in the hospital, apparently they tried a bunch of places and couldn't get it. They wound up having to do something in my leg because they couldn't get one anywhere else. Like it's ridiculous.
That's a bad one.
That's gross.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
feel like I probably haven't done, and I feel bad for you. I apologize. Ouch. Crap. So how long ago did you get diagnosed, Twix?
I've been diagnosed since 2021, but I've been having seizures since around, I think, 2016, 2017. But
my
mom's always been overprotective, so.
But the one where you had the where they had to break the door down was 2021. Is that right?
That one was 2020.
2020, right? And then it led to the diagnosis, right?
That one, that one actually, that was my first one, and I held off until my fourth seizure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I'm terrible. I was terrible like that. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. It won't happen again. I'm fine.
Well, that's
And
what
like
my
my
first,
way.
That's
what
what we
my
all
first
say.
epileptologist
Right.
told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, you'll never have this again.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, it won't happen to me again. It's fine. That, you know, it was exactly March, and then August, and then March, and then August.
Oh dear.
And in that August, in my fourth episode, I had 4 grand mal seizures, is what my mom said, and like in the hospital, I had like over 50 petite mal. Oh, she said close to 100 seizures combined in the hospital all together the whole day. So that's what led to my diagnosis. But thankfully, like, they had the EEG on, and like I had 30 overnight with the EEG on, so they were able to capture
where it's coming from.
Yeah, where it was coming from, and like
it's
all the
triggering
stuff.
sort of things.
So
gosh.
Yeah. But then I woke up and realized that they kept me overnight, and I was like, whoa, you're not keeping me anymore, I'm going home.
Oh.
Why am I here?
Yeah.
Last thing I remember, I was leaving the store, leaving work, because my chest didn't feel good. I was calling my doctor because my chest didn't feel good.
I don't suggest leaving the hospital.
No. How's your chest right now,
it wasn't
Pookie?
a good idea.
Is it feeling any better?
I'm all right so far.
Yeah? You okay? Yeah?
Yeah, it's a little clammy, you know.
Yeah. Just look a little uncomfortable. I'm just making sure. Just feeling all right. Okay.
I'm good.
Good. Drink some more water. Mom said.
Right.
Yeah, gosh. I don't know exactly what the exact date of my diagnosis was. I know it was fall of 20, I want to say 2020, but it might have been 2021.
Someone said, cannabis users, what strains do you prefer?
Anybody else want to go
Prefer.
first?
Me personally, indica. I smoke indica because
Gotcha.
my neurologist said it was okay that I continue. So
Right?
Same here. Indicas.
yeah, sativas get the neurons to
Firing a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, they make the back of my head feel a little bit. 'Cause my stuff comes from right behind this ear. There's a big, solid, straight, damaged portion from a crib railing.
Ooh.
And it starts here and then it fires. And then sometimes it'll fire way across. And then I can feel it inside my skull back here. I don't know if anybody else gets that, where it's before it goes.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
do you get that sometimes, anybody? Yeah, Pookie?
Yeah, so where it just goes all around, and you're like, whoa.
You sort of
Should I be
feel it,
sitting
and it's
down
like,
somewhere?
it's so uncomfortable. It's, how do you describe that to somebody, right? Like, such an odd feeling.
I guess I do get like a weird, like a hollow feeling in where my brain should be, I guess.
Right.
It's something like that. It's,
But
mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to explain it.
Yeah,
My
I was gonna
seizures
say
come
it's
from
hard
my
to
frontal
explain. I'm
lobe.
trying to think of it too. It's hard to explain.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like a feeling, but it's super hard to, and then last night I had just the weirdest feeling of my skin, like all over, just being, I don't even know, jiggly or, I don't know, fluttery. I'm guessing it was probably myoclonic stuff starting, because I was later in the evening, I was having finger things in bed. And so I think probably that's what it was. But, it was the precursor to that. So now, gee, that's a cool, not cool feeling.
Yeah.
Did anybody else? I know we talked about this last time. Twix, do you ever have scents? Do you ever smell something before it happens? I'm just curious.
Mama, have I ever smelled anything before I had a seizure? Did I ever like point anything out? I know the most that I can really do is like I get the look of like the fear of God in my eyes. And I just look at somebody and I'm like, help me. And you have like 5 seconds, 5 seconds. I don't know. I have my rescue medication around my neck.
Right? I have a tiny pill.
Yeah, but
Got
it's
a
just
little
kind of
red
like
thing on it. But I have to tape it closed or it'll unscrew.
I
That
found
was a
like
challenge for other people.
Oh,
it's
okay,
like a
nice.
sideways one that's
Oh, very
round.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I need a necklace.
but I made it.
I have my thing is attached
So,
to my little.
I don't know. Kind of looks like a bottle. Mine kind of looks like a bottle cap.
I like that though.
Sometimes.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. I should look those up.
Get
That's
one.
neat.
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah.
I got it. My mom got it from her friend Cindy, but I'll have to ask her friend Cindy.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
I guess she got it in a bag of jewelry or something. I don't know.
A bag of jewelry. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, can I sue a teacher for causing a seizure? Today at school, the school assistant principal approached me and said, if you have something to say it to my face. This has to be a child.
What?
You have to say something, say it to my face. I asked what it was about, and she stated that it was due to something I posted on social media. After a long conversation where she accused me of getting our years parents, this has to be a child's. Parents is actually spelled P-E-R, not P-A-R.
Okay.
So that's what threw me off.
All right.
Yeah. Getting our years parents to call school, riot, not getting a muck up day. She dated. I might have seizures or caused by emotions. I had a seizure a few hours ago. Could I sue for this or not?
Yeah,
Like I
the
said,
answer's no. Our country's shit. I mean,
No.
even if it were valid, the answer would be no. Or we don't we can't get good rights for disabilities in this country, and it's only getting worse because of the current administration. So, yeah, no.
Right.
yeah, I don't think suing a teacher is going to happen either.
Yep.
I don't think you'll get anything. And yeah, that's a rough one.
Yeah, so I was diagnosed sometime around October of 2020. Vaguely. That when the big fires were happening in Northern California and the sky turned red. I know
Oh yeah, I
he
remember
knows what I'm
that.
talking about.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember the skies were red everywhere, and it was
Snowing ash.
Yep. And
just red everywhere.
the air conditioner went out in the ice cream shop I worked in. So all of the freezers put off heat, right? So behind the freezers, it was 130 degrees constantly. And outside, it was, even in October where we lived, it was super, super hot. So we would prop the doors open. But that red air really took a toll, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, super fun. So yeah, that's about when I was done.
Someone said, "What is life with epilepsy like?" Ugh. Says, "Hey everyone, I was wondering if you could share with me what life with epilepsy is like. How often do you have seizures? What medication are you on? What is the postical period after the seizure like? Um, is it true that you don't? Yeah, is it true that you don't know a seizure is happening and that they aren't painful? How long have you had epilepsy?" Well, these are a lot of questions I ask sometimes. Um,
Yep. Okay.
yeah,
Man.
I've had epilepsy for 19 years, going on 20. Um, and I'm taking Lamictal, 200 milligrams twice daily.
I'm gonna have to look mine up, but go ahead.
Wow.
Let's see here.
What are you taking, Twix?
I actually have my notebook right here that has all of my medications because I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday. So I'm taking clobazam, 10 milligrams before bed once, and lorazepam, I think that's how you pronounce that, as my rescue medication, Ativan.
Me too.
Yeah.
Is it 1 milligram pills?
It's 0.5 milligrams, but might as well be 1 milligram pills because if I only take one, they don't work.
There you go. Okay. See, they need
Yeah.
doctors. Got it.
I'm also taking zonisamide or zonisamide or however you pronounce that. 100
Yep.
milligram capsules. I take that twice a day. And 1,650 milligrams of oxcarbazepine.
I was on that for a very long time, but
Yeah.
much more than that. Go ahead.
So I take that in the morning and at night.
Alright.
But
How long have you been having seizures?
I have been having seizures since, well, I've been having like aura seizures since, I want to say 2015, 2016, but I didn't realize. And I started having grand mal seizures in 2020. So, and since then I've had and since then I've had 550. Yeah.
Ouch.
That man,
Mm.
my
Keep a
heart.
list.
I think you've had a lot of status, is what you've had. Status
Yeah.
epilepticus, where it just means you just seize and seize and seize and
I
because
have
I've had status
others.
before, and it just literally, it's one of the hardest things to break you out of. It usually ends up you have to get an IV to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt, but I just said that's what it sounds like. Like, oh my gosh, honey. I understand. Anyway, go ahead.
My neurologist claims that it's without status epilepticus.
I think you need an epileptologist instead.
Right.
Anyway.
She says that it's just general she says it's not generalized, but it's just focal impaired seizures or medically refractory focal onset epilepsy of the right temporal lobe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, but still, that's the kind of stuff that sounds exactly like you should be treated.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that
Right.
diagnosis doesn't work with what she just said. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense because my EEG showed like all of the right things for a completely different diagnosis. I should have gotten a second and third opinion, but I didn't. I just left because I woke up and freaked out because I didn't know where I was.
Been there.
Yep,
Yeah. And I didn't go back.
yeah. Well, you can always try to find an epileptologist that'll schedule a in-hospital EEG for you, where you can lay in bed and they'll just videotape it and watch the EEG go and try to find out exactly where it's coming from and why. I mean, it still took years before they technically found a specialist that could find why mine were happening. They knew where they were coming from. They just didn't know what had happened to my brain to make it do that.
Right.
I understand.
Yeah. Because I haven't had any, like, I didn't hit my head or anything in the past. I haven't had I don't have any cysts or, like, abscesses or
Mhm.
anything. So,
Yep.
Absolutely not.
yeah.
So, Reese, what sort of meds are you on?
Oh, I'm on all kinds of stuff. Let's see. I'm also on zonisamide. I'm on 450 milligrams. I'm on levothyroxine. Is that? I have so many meds. I don't think that one's relevant. I'm on lamotrigine, 600 milligrams.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on topiramate, 400 milligrams.
Okay.
I'm finally getting off of that, though. I'm so excited.
All right. Is that the sleep one? No?
Topiramate, no.
Okay.
I think the other one might be. I think I told y'all about levothyroxine, and that's not relevant.
All right.
That
I'll be
one
right
is
back.
for my thyroid.
Oh, I see.
I
Okay.
had thyroid cancer,
Oh, I'm
so
sorry,
I have to
sweetheart.
take a thyroid replacement for the rest
Right.
of my life.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that was super fun. I I was getting ready to have the cyst removed, and then they found the thyroid cancer, and then we had to take a break to get the thyroid removed instead, and it was a whole thing. And it's funny. Whenever I'm explaining everything that I've been through, I always forget about the thyroid cancer because there's been so much other
So
shit.
much stuff since, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Oh no, it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And my oldest friend has a thyroid problem.
It's funny because I had to get a what do you call it? To breathe.
Yeah, I was think I can't think of what it's called right now. A breathing tube in your neck.
Either it's
What?
what?
A CPAP?
Oh, in her neck. She
Uh,
had to get a cut in her neck to breathe. Gosh, I just can't think of what it is right now.
Yeah, I can't either.
That's just the worst. Gosh, I had a surgeon
know,
for
right?
grandfather and two RNs for grandmothers, and I'm sitting here going, I don't know. I'm so
Trach, is that right?
There you go, a trach. That's
Yeah.
it. Yes, that's it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's so funny because I finally went to get my thyroid checked up on, and the doctor was like, "Wait, that's you got a trait, right? That's not from me, right? Because I didn't do that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you're fine."
Things he's forgotten. Oh man. Oh gosh. Well, I hope it was okay when he looked at it.
Oh yeah, no, it's all good.
That's good. And then you said, when did you get, how long have you had epilepsy, did you say?
I got it right before the COVID nonsense started, so like 2020, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. I I repainted the ice cream shop that I worked in, and it had 20-foot ceilings, and I painted them by myself for the 4 months before I had my first grand mal. So that was really good. I don't know what the heck I was thinking, up on a ladder by myself doing that. But yeah, so I was diagnosed about November of 2020, after I had the first big TC in bed, and I almost stopped breathing. That's what on my medication, on all my medical records, right at the top, it says very high risk of SUDEP. I don't know. I just stopped breathing for fun. But currently I am on 3 milligrams of clonazepam a day, 1 in the morning and 2 at night. They give me a folic acid to help with the calcium absorption because one of my medications can dissolve your bones and it likes to go after your jaw. So we're doing that. I have, of course, the lorazepam 1 milligram tablet, Ativan, as my rescue med, but it rarely works with one unless I catch it at an aura before it gets too bad. And then I have nasal spray as a rescue med
Oh,
too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I have that too.
Yeah, you do. I hate it. It's horrible, but
Yeah.
we have it.
What is
Anyway,
it?
it's the 5 milligram spray. And I used when my husband would give it to me, I would inhale, and it was the most painful thing in the whole world. I had sinus surgery when I was like a little kid, so I don't have all my mucous membranes to protect stuff. So it would go up in there and burn for hours. I'd be crying, not just from the sobbing, but crying from the pain.
It reminds me
Anyway.
of the flu.
The nasalin thing is horrible. I hate that stuff. Anyway, and my husband says it doesn't work anyway, so he tries not to give it to me.
Are you talking about nasalium?
Yeah, that one, nasalium, the stuff they stick up your nose, or you can, I guess it comes in a rectal thing too. Another patient told me that. I was like, okay, that's horrible, and I don't ever want to hear that again. Thank you. Um, and then I take 2 milligrams of Ficampa um, at night, at bedtime. And then I take 4 milligrams of Dilantin. I just 400 milligrams of Dilantin at night, and 10 Lexapro daily. And then I take, let's see, 6 milliliters of Epidiolex a day. So 3 milliliters every 12 hours. And that, of course, is the cannabinoid, the CBD oil or liquid that they make at the specialty pharmacies that they have to combine. And then they did have me on a birth control just because they said I was perimenopause and they thought that maybe I was having catamenial triggers with my lowered estrogen or whatever. But I'm actually not taking that right now. And then, of course, they have me on B12 and a few other things that are all supposed to help protect my jaws and my bones from the other crap. But yeah, I've been on almost all those meds you guys mentioned, the lacosamide and the, or what, however you say it, I don't even remember. I was going through them in my mind, all the different ones the other day. Holy cannolis, I can't believe it. It's
You been
just
on Depakote?
Depakote, I don't think they have done that one yet. I'm not positive, but I don't remember that one. Of course, they started with Keppra, but then my epileptologist, when I got to him, he said he didn't consider that to be an actual epilepsy medicine. And I guess because of the kind of epilepsy or the kind of seizures I was having, he didn't think it worked for that. I mean, I think for some kinds of epilepsy, it must work because lots of people are on it, right? Lots of people are fine with it, so it can't be that. It must have just been because of the kind I had, uh, um, I took oxcarbazepine, 1,200 milligrams a day, um, in the past until I got medication resistant to it. Yeah, I don't have any number of seizures. I don't have the number of seizures I've had in the last 5 years because we just really kind of stopped counting. But gosh, 500 sounds an awful lot like the kind of stuff I was going through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
500 sounds like a lot. Like, I would assume my brain would be mush.
Yeah, gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you have your mom there to help you. It's,
Yeah. I have my mom and my dad and my sister and my cousin and my
oh,
brother
you're so
and
lucky.
Oh, nice. You
Gosh.
got a nice support team there.
Wow. That's great. That's really
I am never alone.
good.
We shouldn't
I'm sure
be.
sometimes you think that's bad, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Man, let's go find some more
'Cause
questions.
I don't even know what the rest of that list of things that person asked was. I just remember they asked for the meds and the how when we were diagnosed, right? I was
Yeah.
44.
Yeah.
But
That's
the
the life of an
injury,
epileptic. You're never alone. You should never be alone.
oh yeah, that's what they
Right.
say.
Drive. You don't drive for the longest time. Most of the time you get your license revoked.
I did.
Yeah.
I did too.
You can't do a lot of things.
The good news is I didn't drive before I
Oh,
got epilepsy, so
Right.
it's not that much of a difference. If I wanted to drive, it would probably make me really sad, but I wasn't into it at all. So it's honestly kind of like now I have permission to not drive.
that's kind of nice. Yeah. Oh, Back home, I used to love to race. We had a very, very large highway. Loved to race.
Oh,
Always had a
that's
sports car.
nice. See, I love the Fast and Furious movies, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
Scared of the highway.
Scared of the highway? Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
I'm a
understand.
small town girl.
Well, I was, but my dad was a mechanic, and he was like, "You don't get away from this. You're gonna do this." And I was like, "I don't want to." And he's like, "No, I'm sorry. You get to get your license whether you want to or not."
You,
Yeah.
you know that scene in Clueless when she drives on the highway? I have lived that scene.
Oh dear. That's terrible. Was there anything else with that first question there, Pookie, that we were supposed to answer? I know they asked like 12 things, and I know I probably missed like, well, 10 of them
Um,
at least. So.
no, that was a long one, and I just moved on.
Okay.
Someone says fasting to cure epilepsy.
Ooh. Mm-mm.
No, not a good idea.
I don't think you should fast to cure anything. I don't think you should fast for anything.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have before, but like not because I wanted to. Usually it was go.
Not for epilepsy.
Definitely not. No,
Okay.
my husband would kick my butt now because that would
I
definitely cause a problem.
with my meds, I can't. I
No,
have
wait.
to be.
Wouldn't
I
you?
can't go to. I have to be on a regimen with my meds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it make you sick to your stomach when you first take them sometimes? I'm just
Oh yeah.
curious
Mm-hmm.
because I've lost entire doses before I trained myself to eat first. Even though I wasn't hungry, I trained myself to put food on the stomach, whether I wanted it or not, because
Yes.
you're about to fill yourself up with something and you need it.
Oh, I haven't felt hunger in like 3 years. I don't
Yeah.
get hungry
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
But I've learned that you have to eat regardless because you have to take your meds.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yes.
And take
And
them on empty stomach.
I've lost like 30 pounds, and I didn't have 30 pounds to lose. I was like 125 pounds, 5'4", and I
Oh,
was,
I
50 some hours a week. And it was like I'm hauling 50-pound ice cream cans all day and like stuff like that, like really physical. I had huge muscles, but no ounces of fat, right? Yeah, that didn't really work out very well.
Yeah.
that's where my thyroid problems come in. Like
Yeah,
I gained a ton of weight because of thyroid shit, and then I was in the hospital for 2 months, and I couldn't eat because I my jaw locked and didn't open all the way. It still hasn't opened all the way. So I was
that's
on a feeding tube for 2 months, and that
crazy.
made me gain a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And then I lost it all super fast because of the thyroid thing. So
Oh no,
then I lost a ton of weight super fast. So I'm back to my previous weight, which is nice, but losing and gaining that much weight that fast can result in problems in your digestive system. So now I have gallstones, which is great.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I've got all kinds of problems. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's just not very good for you. I know. I mean, I would never want to do it on purpose. I absolutely hate it. Especially like if you've had a wardrobe of clothes and a lot of them are like vintage and stuff that you've had for your whole, since you were 14, you've been the same size, except when you were going through your pregnancies, right? You always end up back the same size. You sure don't want to not have
Yeah.
any clothes that fit you, and I don't. It's awful. I'm sorry, I'm not complaining, but
No, I get we were at a point where I had like 2 drawers full of clothes, and my wife was like, "What do we do with these?" And I was like, "I don't want to get rid of all of them."
Can we
and
store them?
he was like, well, we shouldn't keep them. And I was like, I don't want to get rid of all of them. And now they fit me again. So I guess I was right. So,
I
but
know, yeah. I know. Well, I just keep trying to eat even though I'm not hungry.
yeah, no, it's terrible. I'm
I
never
don't know if
hungry.
I don't know if you guys ever have the problem where stuff just doesn't taste the way it used to, or it's just not.
Yeah, like I don't get real hunger cues. It kind
Mm-mm,
of just, I don't know, it just kind of sometimes I need to tell myself to eat, but I don't get like the urge to eat or anything,
mm-mm,
or the feeling that I'm hungry. For
mm-mm.
some reason, I don't get that.
No, it's gone.
No, no,
Completely gone.
not hungry. It's almost 7 o'clock and I'm not hungry. I don't
Yeah,
want dinner, but I gotta eat dinner because I gotta take all my pills. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Are you guys on like 8 to 8 schedule or like 9 to 9 schedule?
I'm on
Like
10 to 10.
10 to 10? Okay. I was just curious because I was on the 8 to 8 and then we kind of changed because I was still working. I was still trying to work, and so I would make sure that I had enough time to like get up and be okay after I took my meds and stuff. Even though I couldn't drive, I still, wanted to be able to manage the shop and make nice ice cream cakes.
that's such a cool job. I'm so jealous. I
I
mean, you
God, I
had to
freaking
stop,
loved
which
it
is
so much. It's
terrible, but
terrible. It
that's
makes me want to cry.
amazing.
Anyway, yes. But I have a million pictures of my ice cream cakes, so I guess there's that.
That's really cool.
Yeah, my husband keeps trying to get me to just start baking up here, and I'm like, but it's not the same as making an ice cream cake. You just don't understand.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Enough about me or ice cream, which probably kept me going back then. I don't think I ate on proper cues back then either, but it wasn't because I didn't got hungry. It was just because I was too busy. So, but now, yeah, I don't get the proper eating cues like you guys. It's just, do you have that problem too, Twix? Not proper eating cues, or are you still young
It's
enough
not
to have it?
there. It's just not there.
No.
I've never really had like breakfast. I've never had the want for breakfast
Right.
or lunch.
Yeah.
And now that, especially on the medication, I really don't want food in general unless I'm really having a specific craving. And then I really just jump at it because I'm having the craving for food.
Hmm.
So,
Right, if food tastes good, I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to eat that because it's yummy, but like I'm not hungry.
Hmm.
Right.
yeah.
The thyroid replacement meds sometimes make me hungry, but that's the only thing. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
I can understand.
Yeah. Like
Um,
you were saying on the zonisamide or the zonisamide,
mm,
it has caused me to lose like 30 pounds since I've been taking it, and I do not have that weight to lose.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Have you
And I
had
can't.
any trouble with the zonisamide causing you like problems? It makes me have problems like being wobbly, walking and stuff. I have to be really careful. When I first started taking it, I would have to drink like a full bottle of water to
Mm,
make sure I didn't collapse.
mm,
I have kind of noticed that my balance is off. My center of balance is off.
mm.
It's not the same for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I started taking it before I eat, and that's helped.
really.
But like when I was in the hospital once, they didn't give it to me. Like they just gave it to me with a small amount of water after I eat,
Ooh.
and I collapsed in the hospital on the way to the bathroom. Like they just don't care in the hospital, Like yeah,
Mm,
it's terrible.
Hmm.
that's awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They should always have a giant cup of water for you available next to your side of your bed constantly
Yeah,
when you're in the
exactly.
hospital. I mean, that's just a given because from just, oh my God, dang, pregnancies, right? So, like, that's just the thing. You're probably there because you need water and then something else is wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's
then they're going to
ridiculous.
come to your bed at some point and go, "We need a urine sample." And you're going to be like, "I don't have any because you didn't give me any water. I'm sorry."
Exactly.
This suck.
The extent to which they just don't listen to you or know what's going on with you in a hospital is ridiculous.
A
Like,
lot of times.
I had a seizure once while I was waiting for an MRI, and they all just like pounced on me. And then I didn't even get my MRI.
But
And I
that's the
was
whole
like,
point is you're supposed to have the MRI while you're having it so they can see it, right? Like
yeah,
that's what they
exactly.
want.
It was so ridiculous.
Oh, I'm so PO'd about
Yeah,
that too.
I had 2 seizures in the tube and they didn't know.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah. Freaking in a hospital EEGs or some stuff like that. Gosh. I'm so sorry. Oh no, my connection's unstable again. Okay. Are we okay?
I can see you.
Yeah.
You all right, Pookie?
Yep.
Okay. Just making
Good.
sure. Just making sure you're doing okay. So still feeling all right.
Independence part is difficult sometimes.
And sometimes my husband doesn't want me to come because I had a grand mal while we were halfway across the Golden Gate Bridge one time, and he couldn't give me anything. So now it's kind of scary to have me in the passenger seat.
I
If you're,
had
you're flying down a highway or whatever, what are you gonna do, right? I can understand that it will make you nervous from the first moment, even though maybe you do want me there because we're married, we love each other, but still, I can understand that.
yeah.
Oh, it was happy Valentine's Day.
Likewise. Oh, it's coming up.
No, that was when it happened. We went into the city and had a date and went to Mel's Diner in San Francisco. And then we were coming back home and I did that.
I
And I
think
had
you told me that. You said on the bridge, you said?
yeah, on the Golden Gate. And if you know anything, there is nowhere to pull out on the Golden Gate Bridge.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was yeah, I felt really bad about it because I didn't have any aura or any warning to give him or anything. I felt really terrible, but
Yeah. It said, do you have any experience fasting to cure or help with epilepsy? I've been reading about fasting, and there are often references to using fasting to treat epilepsy. These fasts are usually more more than 7 days. Interested to hear from anyone who's researched or tried this. Thanks. Uh,
Mm,
I
mm.
think my family
yeah,
would kill me. How about y'all?
I feel
yeah,
I feel
I
like
think
my mom
they'd
would
be really disappointed.
If I
yeah.
wasn't already dead, I mean, they'd kill me.
Yeah, like they wouldn't
Like
suggest me do that.
Uh-uh. Isn't
They'd
that
be
like
like,
like one
no.
of the number one things that like you doctors they get really mad at you about you haven't eaten, even though like we just discussed, none of us have a freaking appetite anyway. We're forcing ourselves to eat usually.
Right.
Like
right.
even Reese, who sometimes gets the appetite from her other medication and her thyroid, still it has to be something really awesome. I cannot imagine though fasting. I can
Yeah,
because I don't want to
no,
eat, but
I wouldn't make it through a single day, honestly. I get
Mm.
the jitters immediately. Like, I would just pass out.
Yeah.
yeah, one, you throw up your medication, and two, then you pass out eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everybody basically? Or just
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'd get like a hot sweat and then like blackout and probably go into a seizure because
Yep.
of it. Because of like low blood sugar or something.
Exactly right.
So
They always
yeah.
bug me about that if I end up at the hospital. What did you eat? How long ago? Let me test your blood sugar. Blah, 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 blah.
Hmm.
They don't like that. Well, how about you, Pookie? Fasting? No? You don't think that's a good idea, right? Your family kill you
No,
too?
I don't. Yeah,
Okay, so
they have a problem with that.
it's unanimous. It's a terrible idea. Don't you dare do it, whoever you are.
Would
Asking
not.
about it.
Would not do that.
All right, good.
Never. Fasting. No.
I just think that's just a terrible. That's like going out and having like just a drunken weekend or something. That sounds terrible for the condition anyway.
Yeah. For the condition. Really.
I can't imagine. Anything else from anybody else besides the insane person who thinks fasting is a good idea? I can understand that people do the fasting for other things, but epilepsy is one of those things I just don't think it's a good idea at all, and you guys don't either. So, anybody else got anything?
Smoking weed gives me seizures. Is there a way around it? 3 years ago, I almost died from a spice vape overdose,
Oh,
which I believe to be because the vape. Since then, whenever I smoke, I end up having seizures. At first, I end up having seizures. What can I do about this? I never smoked spice before, or when I smoke weed, I get seizures. I got diagnosed with epilepsy last month, and I've been taking uh, levetiracetam, basically Keppra.
mm, okay.
I don't have to worry about seizures anymore, even if I blaze. Yeah. So that solves everything. Yeah.
Mm,
Smoking weed with seizures.
well, it
It's been
depends.
okay, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, what I guess it depends on the thing that you're smoking and where you got it from. And
Right.
is there any, like, for real, if it's actual, like, flowers and they start sparking, if you light them and they spark, that means that it has, like, fertilizer in it, and don't you dare smoke it, seriously. I'm saying this from seriously, just don't. If it starts like going, everybody, listen, don't do
Oh,
that. Put it down,
no.
get rid of it. Because it has to be, like cleared, cleansed before it can be
Yeah.
taken and all that. But if you get it from a store, a dispensary or something like that, then you won't have that problem. Or if you did, you can take it back and show them, and then it's their fault. But vapes are different. I think it depends on the person. What do you guys think? Anybody? And like
Yeah,
Twig
it depends on the
said,
person.
sativa is not good for her. Indigo is better. I prefer indigo definitely. Um, yeah, I don't know. Um, do you have a particular kind that causes you any trouble, Pookie? Any particular vape or strain?
Um, no. Indica.
Indigo?
I'll just take it as it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I gotta pop off, everyone, for dinner, but it was great to talk to you all. You have
Yes.
a great week, everyone.
Yeah, you
You
too.
too.
Great to talk to you again. I hope you join us Friday if I'm able to do it then too.
Yeah, I will do my best. Okay, bye, everyone.
Does anybody prefer vape pens to flour
No.
or vaporizing flour to actually smoking it?
Um,
Like a volcano?
Vaping isn't. I like smoking. I'm not a big vapor. So yeah,
Yeah, you're a smoker. What
yeah.
about you, Twix?
Vapor isn't my thing, I guess. So yeah.
I don't have a preference.
No,
I mean,
no
that's
preference?
cool, but yeah, I'd rather just smoke instead of vape.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we had to cut down on that with kids. We ended up getting, like a volcano or whatever, but and little handheld flower devices. And then they came out with all of the actual vape pens and all that stuff years later.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's pretty much just me with with those items now. But I'd rather go downstairs away from my kids. Now I have a place to do that.
A little clammy, but I'm here.
Okay. The myoclonic stuff still twitching at all?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right.
I'm good though.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you have to go, I understand. I'm sure Twix understands too.
No, I'm all right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let us know, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
You will know.
Okay.
Oh man.
Has there been anything else that you've been wondering about, Twix, with other things since you've just gotten it too, like I did? Things you wanted to ask other patients? If we shouldn't call ourselves that, but you know what I mean.
Like to call us warriors.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
it.
How long? What was the longest that you guys have gone
Like
without a seizure?
without one?
Yeah.
Pookie?
It's the longest I went, like 4 months, maybe more.
Yeah, I think mine's about 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, not we are what you would still call uncontrolled. Yeah,
Okay.
Right.
both of us.
Me too.
Okay, so all three of us. Okay, good. So
Yeah, the longest I've gone was a month and a half. So
oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And does everybody feel like you just did a 16-hour workout if you've had a seizure
Oh
afterwards?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
yeah.
That's what my epileptologist actually described it to me as, because I said, I feel like I've been run over by a truck. And he said, oh, just one seizure is like a 16-hour workout. Don't worry, that's totally normal. I'm like, oh, great, thanks.
Right.
Thanks for the sympathy.
Yeah, right. But, I understand. He deals with us all day.
Yeah.
Warriors. But at least he kind of has a sort of clinical view, like I kind of do too. Like when I did the in-hospital EEG, I went there and I asked for a copy of the DVD of me having seizures, each and every one of them. He said, I would do that too. Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. But he said some people just, I don't think could handle it, but I would definitely want to see if it was me. And I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
At least we get along there.
Right.
And at least he takes me seriously if I say a medication is not working or whatever, right? That's what you want.
Yeah.
Do you
Always
have
good.
something else, Pookie, that somebody had to ask about there? Or you need to chill for a minute there?
No, I don't have any questions. I was thinking, not at the moment.
Oh, all right. Yeah, my husband wanted me to ask if anybody had any specific triggers. I know I've heard some very odd ones, but um, I don't know.
The smell of burnt toast for me.
Yeah,
I've
It's
heard
gotta
that
be-
before.
yeah.
Like the smell of white bread. Burnt white bread.
So does that send you into a seizure, or do you have an aura of it before? So
It's
it
like
sends
it
you into one.
sends me into one. Like I have to
Wow. Yeah,
tell people.
that's
Yeah,
terrible.
it's
You
weird.
go to a restaurant and that could happen. That's awful.
Yeah,
Boy.
But
I don't know.
I mean, that's an aura smell for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, my brother was like burning toast in the kitchen one day, and I just collapsed into a seizure.
oh gosh. I'm so sorry. What's the longest time, like longest seizure you've ever had where it's just gone? Have you, because you have really a lot. So I'm wondering if it's, like me where it's really, really long. Uh-oh, Pookie. You all right?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
My mom said just over 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. At least you're not going to fry your brain completely like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
not yet.
oh, good, good. Maybe they'll find the right thing that'll work. I mean, I feel like we're all kind of stumbling through it and telling our doctors stuff too, instead of them
Right.
fixing us sometimes. Yeah. And
My mom
Pookie, I
said she
don't,
just starts shoving pills down my throat.
yeah,
Mm,
exactly. No,
sorry.
shoving pills down their throat and the nasal things. Oh God, yuck, awful. And then my doctor had the nerve to get mad at my husband for having given me 4 doses, like 2 of each. And I'm like, but it still didn't stop. What are you gonna do, right? Yeah, that was one of the 45-minute ones. Those are
Oh,
really bad.
Lord. That is scary.
And
45 minutes.
there's my dog. Wonderful. He just opened my bedroom door.
You were like fully NCs for like 35 minutes, you said?
Yeah, yeah. That's why my doctor was like, you can't, like, if you're giving her the medicine and this is not doing anything, you can't, like, just leave her like that and make sure she's on her side. You have to bring her somewhere or do something. This is not. And so that was the second time they went ahead and did an in-hospital EEG. And this is my stupid dog again. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, Banksy, that's enough. We love her, but hush. Come on. Come on. Woof, woof. What do you see? Oh, I don't know. A deer, a cat.
I have 4 human-sized dogs.
They have human-sized dogs.
Yeah, 4. They're fun.
Oh, well, that was nice. Anyway, that was my Chiweenie. I had to kick him out because he has absolutely no sense. He's looking at a deer or a cat. I don't know which. Something up the mountain.
um, California and
We're both in California.
oh yeah, California.
So where are you guys at then?
We're up by Portland.
Oh, okay. All right, great. That's awesome. So we're all kind of like right here on the West
I'm
Coast.
in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yeah, exactly.
Coast.
It's a
I have a
very,
redwood tree in my front yard.
oh, they're so pretty.
They are.
Yeah, it's a really, the West Coast is a really special place. Having grown up on the East Coast, I will tell you guys that. Are you okay, Pookie?
Yeah, I was reading something.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure you hadn't gone
I'm
out.
good. I'm good.
Making
Thanks
sure.
for checking.
Okay.
Thanks for checking.
So, what kind of medical center or hospital or whatever do you have to deal with, Twix? I know that Pookie has a lot of different things. He's got Stanford and of course he could go all the way to UCSF if he really wanted to.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
So far, I only just go to OHSU because, I mean, they're the closest. So,
Yeah, that's usually just, you got to get to the closest place for sure.
yeah. And there's sea lions in the river now.
That's
Sea lions in the river?
very strange. I can't imagine that. That's odd.
Yeah.
Lions in the river.
At least they don't chase you down and try to drown you.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm not getting in the water with them. I just want to watch them from like 20 feet away at least, maybe more. Bring some binoculars. All right, Pookie, is there anybody else asking anything important?
No, I'm just kind of going through stuff, but none of them really make enough sense to even talk about.
Oh, that's sad. I hope they didn't write them postictal. What is postictal? That one person asked about that. What is postictal? Or what? I don't know what they mean. What does it feel like? It feels terrible. Afterwards, it's, well, like I said, 16-hour workout or being hit by a truck, or and your brain feels hollowed out.
Yes.
It's pounding, but it's hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Your jaw feels like locked, but
Well,
so
do explain.
Mm-hmm. Or my cheek muscles will get so tight. Oh, that's the worst. I hate that.
Yeah, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you'll bite your cheek, your tongue, or both.
Yeah.
Right.
You wake
I
up with your
do.
mouth shredded. Mm-hmm.
Every time I shred my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Very common, unfortunately.
I used to pee myself.
I've done that a few times. And it's always like, I didn't know I did it either, which is even worse. Like, if you don't even know,
So embarrassing. Then you wake
really
up and you're like, oh my gosh. I'm so sorry.
especially if you're like in bed with somebody else and you have like, oh, we have comforters and stuff. Oh, now I have to like strip everything, try to clean the bed or flip it, do something. I don't even know in the middle of the night. And I'm not in good shape to do so. That's the worst. Gosh. Terribly embarrassing.
Can you see that?
Yeah, what is that? What is that
Someone
thing they have made? Oh my
with
goodness.
the face.
That's awful. I'm sorry. I hope he's gonna be all right.
Right.
That's got to be like made up, right?
That has to be like a mask or something.
Yeah. Or like a screenshot cover or something. Yeah, something like that. That doesn't look very real to me.
I want to see.
At least
So
I
have
hope
you
not.
guys have you guys like ever dislocated anyone or anything or something?
I have my hip, but it's because I had already done it a bunch of times when I was pregnant with my twins, and I used to just slam it back into the couch to put it back in. Because, well, I was approaching 300 pounds by the time I had the kids, and I started at 120 or whatever, so it's a huge amount on your skeleton, and yeah, and all your joints get all like gooey, right? So it just pop out. So, but because of that, then after I have had problems when I had a seizure where I woke up and my hip was out and I couldn't walk straight, like because my one foot was higher than the other, and then I have to figure out how to get, either slamming myself into something again or whatever. That's such a scary thing to wake up to, right? Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sounds horrible.
mm,
Couldn't imagine.
it's the worst, isn't it? Did you have it happen to you, Twix? Is that why you asked? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dislocated my shoulder.
Yeah. I can see that on the bed, or the twisting against things, or if you landed on something really hard.
I was in the couch. So,
Yeah.
but there was a video of
Mm.
like from the camera, and there wasn't like shaking or anything, so it was a stiff seizure. So I think I just like really forced it out.
Oh, worse.
That's, yeah.
But I think it's trying to shift out of its socket now. Because I didn't go to the hospital for it. I just forced
Yeah.
it back in.
See, I didn't either. I was like, oh, for heavens, no way am I going to the hospital again.
I can do this. It's fine. It won't happen again.
No way. This is, I mean, what are they going to tell me? What that
I'll
my
sleep through it.
joints were messed up and they're messed up
Push it
again?
away.
They're gonna shove a needle in my shoulder and just shove it back in the socket. That's what they're gonna do. Either that or they're gonna tell me I need surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Well, be careful how you lay on it, I guess, tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe lay on the opposite side if you can. Don't lay on your back. We all know that. Oh, gosh. Shoulder, I can't imagine. It must be terrible.
I like to lay on my stomach.
Oh, I'm sorry. I used to. I did.
I used to too.
Always. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not something I do now, but yeah.
It's a real
Yeah.
bummer. It's terrible. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So many things I used to do that I can't do, or I wish I could do. It's a real bummer. But you have to learn to live with it, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Gotta learn to live with it, not let it get to you.
It's hard. I get
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's hard. It's not easy to just say that and do it.
I get down. I mean, there's days where I'm just like, I hate everything. Everything, and I don't want to get out of bed. And how can you be like that when you're a mother of 5? You're not supposed to be. You're supposed to go out and take care of your kids and like
You're
care
like,
of
I
your
have to
husband and
get
your
out of bed.
animals. And I mean, we have pets and.
Right? My dog's sleeping in my bed. If I don't get up, she's gonna fart in my face.
Responsibilities.
Responsibility. There you go. I have to feed the guinea pigs at some point. I have to clean the litter box because literally no one else will. Okay,
Yeah, that
that
too.
becomes a real problem after a while.
That too.
Yeah, but it's awful challenging, way more than before. Phew.
Yeah.
I don't know why I used to have such a light heart. It's ridiculous. Because it wasn't like life was easy or anything.
Yeah.
Life was so much easier as a child. Things were free
Maybe.
immediately.
Do I take my
My parents were cool when I was a kid. I mean, they're cool now, but
Yeah, I know. It's good. It's good. Your parents are still together and everything. It's great. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, you have a great childhood. But I'm almost 100% certain my mother caused this with an injury from a postpartum depression lash out. So I don't expect her to be great or anything. And my father passed away when I was 22 from brain cancer. So, yeah. I really feel so glad that you have both your parents and you had a great childhood. That's amazing. It's
thank you.
such a
I'm glad
wonderful
to-
thing. And that you're really, and that you appreciate it, because some people never do. And that's really sad.
Right. Some people don't
Appreciate
it at all.
They don't appreciate their parents. They
good it
don't
is to
appreciate
have
the
a
childhood
parent.
they had or anything. Yeah.
Someone there means a lot. You gotta know.
And you still have both of your parents, and they're taking
I
care of
do.
you, Twix, and your other family members. So good. It's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a wonderful thing. It's hard to keep in mind sometimes when things
Yeah,
happen.
the little things are hard to keep in mind sometimes.
Just the little things, even. You
But
know.
at this point, a lot is hard to keep in mind. But
Well, yeah,
yeah,
because you're having some issues right now. I know.
yeah. But yeah, that's just a yeah.
Yeah. All right. So are you okay then? You ready to go? Are you
Um,
you're having a
I'm
hard
good.
time? You okay?
I can go longer.
Okay. All right. Well, I
I
don't
went 6 hours one time.
really. Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Gosh.
yeah. I was just like, time was flying. I was like, what is going on? I was like, is anybody gonna get off?
No, nobody's going anywhere.
I
Well,
think that was the last one we were on. That
oh
was
yeah?
on 6 hours.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Yeah, when you joined at the end of it, like
I
the
did.
last 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
I was really, really late. Yeah. I wasn't even sure you guys would still be there, really. And
yeah, we waited around.
oh, thank you. I didn't know if I would have anything to add, but I figured might as well try. Yeah, definitely. I couldn't have imagined it. Epilepsy. I don't even know that I really knew anybody that had epilepsy. Well, I knew one person in high school, but he was completely controlled. And by the time we graduated, he wasn't even taking his meds anymore, which I'm not sure I would recommend now. But anyway, yeah, so it's been a real eye opener for me.
Yeah.
It was.
It really has been.
Yeah, I imagine, right? Yeah, gosh.
Right.
I was on the road
Oh, yeah,
with my mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's all right. We're here now.
indeed. We had some interesting gentlemen. I would like to know how his EEG went. The one gentleman, I can't remember his name, but the single father. I'd like to know how that in-home one went for him, how that worked out. I guess Reese said she had hers set up herself, like they came and set it up themselves for her, but not me. It was not like that at all. I don't know. But I'd like to know how his worked out for him. They usually take a long time, though, don't they, to give you answers? I mean,
Yeah, I believe so. Most of the time.
they usually take a couple specialists to look at it and just, they don't give you right away anything.
Yeah.
It's such
They
a
didn't even tell me mine.
really,
Yeah.
gosh,
Wow.
it's terrible. They should really, yeah. Well, you can probably ask for it. You can probably ask for a copy. I mean,
I had to read my patient files.
yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to get what you wanted out of it at all?
Ish. Yeah. I can
Yeah.
ask my neurologist on Thursday.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I know I have a neurologist appointment coming up. Well, an epileptologist appointment coming up, but it's been way too long. I know he's going to be mad. It's supposed to be not longer than 3 months. It was something like 6 months. We were moving, so I figured
Give it some time.
I didn't have time anyway. Exactly. So exactly. So, indeed.
Caffeine's all right, but I don't suggest it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they told me in the hospital I could because they did the little test where they're like, well, we're going to give you this cup of coffee and watch and see. But, then sometimes at home when I would have coffee, I would have one. So then my husband banned me from having coffee. Every now and then I get a Coke anyway, but Have to be careful.
Yeah,
And what was the
definitely have to be careful.
caffeine? And of course, I never drank alcohol anyway, but I'm sure neither one of you do. I know Pookie doesn't. I'm sure Twix doesn't either. Somebody said music sometimes triggered them, and I was saying, really?
Yeah, I read something that said music. Does
I know.
music cause seizures?
And I thought, what music? I have never had that, at least not that I know.
Right. Not that I haven't even heard that before.
I know, I can't imagine. It seems so.
Far out.
And then I asked, and they said it was different songs. And I said, wow, how hard would that be? Like a different song at a different time. Like you could listen to one song one time and it'd be all right. And then the next time you listen to it, it's not. You have a seizure. And I'm thinking, well, I'd be scared to listen to anything.
Right.
I mean, they give us enough fears. Now music too? Eek!
Right. I was thinking that, like, you got enough to worry about now. You got to worry about
Right,
music.
now that too? And how are you supposed to worry about that? Like if you go in a public place where they're playing music, how are you supposed to
Right.
control that? Oh, seems very scary. I'm glad that's not something I have, or you have, or they have. Twix has, right? You know? Oh gosh, yeah. I feel really bad for my kids that I have burdened them like this, and my husband.
Don't feel like that.
Well, I know Twix was talking about how it's,
You'll be all right.
no, but you
It's
feel,
always there. I know what you mean.
yeah, in
You're
the
going to
back.
be all right.
Yeah, I know. It'll be all right. It's just challenging.
You all have that moment. It's all
Yep, for sure.
right. Having a moment.
Having a moment now. You're auraing. Okay. All right.
Alright.
Don't fall. Don't fall. It's okay. Getting some water. Okay.
I'm fixing the tripod.
Okay. Just
I
want
was
to
gonna
make sure
say,
you're all
taking us
right.
with you.
Huh?
I said, are you taking us with you?
We're going down, all of us.
This tripod is actually very not flimsy.
So how often each day do you guys eat? Is it like where you're eating like 4 times a day or something? You're spacing out little miniature meals? Because one thing I have trouble with is eating a lot at one time.
Yeah,
Forcing
I
myself.
don't really have an appetite much, so
Yeah, so then,
I try to eat a heavy protein meal. My mom makes sure to make, well, I try to help make like 3-course meals where it's like veggies and like the meat and then the extra filling, so like a potato
a
or
potato or rice or a pasta. Yeah.
yeah, to get the extra calories or whatever in.
Yeah.
And then if I'm still hungry afterwards, I'll get like a granola bar or whatever.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was kind of saying. Do you tend to have another small meal before you go to sleep? Because I had kind of gotten in the habit of having like yogurt or something like that before bed.
Yeah.
I seem to do a lot better if I can keep that up. Sometimes
okay.
your sleep schedule gets so weird. You just fall asleep at the wrong times.
It's been so hard to sleep early.
Sometimes falling asleep for me is so, like, because I suffered from insomnia for years and years and years before I ever had, any of this. And it was, I did not sleep for more than 2 hours at a time for over a year before I went to the doctor about it. And that was when I was 22. And I didn't even want to take the medication then because I was like, I don't want to take antidepressants.
Depressants.
I don't want to take sleeping meds, and they're going to make me. I knew it. because I had already been to a therapist years before. I knew it, and I didn't want to do it. So, because my dad had died and I just couldn't sleep. What can you say? He's my best friend. What are you gonna do? So yeah, but then when I finally went, I did do it, and I got back in a rhythm for a while. But ever since I got this, the insomnia is back so bad. Just like the food thing, right? Like eating was a problem at the same time back then. I didn't get hungry. It wasn't that I didn't want to eat because I wanted to lose weight or something stupid like that. I just wasn't
Didn't
never
get hungry.
hungry. Yeah,
And that's the same thing with me, but it's like sometimes my family, they'll ask me if you ate today, and I don't get hungry, and I don't remember if I ate, so it's just like, what's
yeah,
going on? They're like, did you eat today? I'm like, I don't know.
yeah,
What'd you eat? I don't know. I can't remember.
right, right.
Right.
So yeah, it's hard to eat when you can't even remember if you ate today. And then sometimes it's a problem if I don't eat. Yeah, so
It's a
just
big
trying to
deal.
take care of myself health wise and not have seizures and
Yeah, I
live
think
life.
you're gonna have to sleep a lot tonight, huh? We're wearing
Yeah,
you.
I'm gonna go to sleep soon.
Yeah, yeah.
After this.
Oh, you're getting wore out. Yeah, my husband makes me an egg in the morning with a big piece of cheese on it usually, and then he tries to make me a protein heavy meal at night. But he will
Right.
tend to come and ask me during the day if I've eaten anything on my own in between too. So I feel bad that I have to rely on him to do it, but hey, I guess I did it for 20 years. Sorry.
Yeah. For some reason, I can never eat in the morning.
Yeah, I can't. I don't want to, but if I don't, like my son caught me almost losing my medicine doses on Saturday. Not very much of a morning person because of the meds and stuff and the insomnia. I'm sure you understand. And yeah, I forgot to eat a little something before I took my medication, and he caught me almost losing it over the toilet, and I felt terrible. I'm like, no, son, go back. It's okay. I'm all right. It's only 16. Anyway, yeah, I know. Morning can be tough, but that's one thing you really have to do is eat something before you take your morning meds because it really can.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
Yeah. It helps level your blood sugar too, which helps the medication stay more steady. I don't know why. I wish they would give us something to stimulate our appetites. I think it would probably be
Right,
for a lot of people.
right. That'll be great.
I would like that a lot.
Make me eat.
Yeah, that's something that they have to monitor when I go in for my EMU is my blood sugar.
What does EMU mean?
I'm pretty sure that's the sleep study, right? I'm pretty that's
Okay. They
the
call mine
3 to 7 day sleep study.
deprivation. Oh, okay, sleep study. Right, that is a different kind, but they do monitor the same things. But if
Yeah.
you've got epilepsy, they're going to monitor the EEG the same way, probably, right? Do they put the little things on your scalp?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
I
monitoring
haven't done it
EEG.
yet.
Plus, they're monitoring your blood sugar, and they're going to monitor your breathing.
Yeah, they're
Make
gonna
sure
do
that you're
all
not having
the
sleep
training.
apnea, and they're going to monitor, um, well, like I guess beyond the brain waves, but I guess just like how often and where it's coming from, right? Things
Yeah.
like that. What's
Mhm.
that?
I have sleep apnea.
You do. My epileptologist wants to test me for it, and I haven't let him. He considered just giving me a CPAC even. But we weren't sure if it was just the house that we lived in. We had been living there for 20 years, and it had mildew, like it didn't have any insulation in any of the walls. So it would just mildew the walls up. You clean them down and just mildew them up again. So we didn't know if I was having, sleeping, breathing problems because of that too. It has helped since we've moved. It has helped two of my children with their chronic issues. So hopefully our landlord will pay. He was not a nice man. But yeah, maybe I should get the sleep apnea study done because I'm still having problems up here. As much as I would like to not, I'd like to not admit that. I'd like to say it's not true, but I think it is. Gosh. So do you have to wear a CPAP at night then, Pookie? No? What do you
Should.
You should,
But I
but you don't. Okay, all right. Okay.
Only when you need it.
Right.
Uh,
It's a really big machine, isn't it?
I'm supposed to need it, but I haven't used it.
Okay.
It's like because I have this hair, so then it's like the thing that goes over my
Yep, you
head.
have to put the thing
Has to
over
go
your
on my
head and
nose.
the thing in your nose. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like my hair is a lot to do all that, and
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Luxurious hair for sure.
My hair used to be thick, and then
it's
my
crazy.
medication thinned it out. My hair is down past my
Yeah,
waist.
so the whole head wear thing,
Yeah.
my head's too big. Well, not my head's too big, but let's see.
The hair is sticking out too much.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the hair's sticking out too much, and it's just a lot.
Right. Right. So you have hair past your waist, Twix?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm afraid of the surgery because I don't want them to shave my hair.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did they talk about doing surgery at? You said, was it in the front?
Yeah, it's in my right frontal lobe.
Okay.
It would be like right here,
Right. Okay.
and my
Gotcha.
hair is like literally.
Oh, wow. That would be so upsetting. Yeah, gosh.
That would suck.
I'm so sorry. Oh, man.
I haven't had short hair since I was like 12. Not even.
Yeah. Wow.
I was bullied for being Dora.
Nice. Yeah. Gosh. Oh my.
Not doing that again.
Yeah, I understand. I've had to cut my hair a lot, but it's not short. It's shorter than it was. Let's see, it's to my almost to my waist. Yeah, and it's obviously it's turned this very interesting color of blue as the various colors that it used to be dyed have faded out. It's just this really odd aquamarine color, but only in certain places. My husband hates it. He wants me to get rid of it.
Like it.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's not the
greenish blue
original
everywhere.
color. I've been purple and dark teal and magenta and red, but currently it is what it is. After I got epilepsy, I decided that screw it, because all the years I wanted colored, like really colored hair, like not blonde or red or you know what I mean, like dyeing it really colored hair. Even when I was young, I wanted colored hair. And my mom's best friend was a cosmetologist, and she would not do my hair. And everybody just convinced me, you won't get a job, nothing good will ever happen for you if you color your hair. And so I believed him. And then I got epilepsy, and I said, you know what? I could die any night. I think maybe I'm gonna color my hair. So yeah, my 18-year-old daughter helped me bleach it out and color it. But she's got her hair is like the color of lettuce right now. So I helped her do hers a bunch of times too.
Man.
Wow,
I mean,
that's an interesting look. Let
You
it
gotta
start.
have fun, right? I mean, honestly, life is so short and so many things can go wrong.
Right.
I've only ever bleached like this much of my hair.
Yeah,
Imagine.
there you go. Well, one little streak, that
Yeah.
will work. You can always
And
do
then I
that. And as we all know, purple is epilepsy awareness. So, every time I do purple, I have a good excuse.
right. Maybe I'll do like purple pieces sometime.
You
But
could do that. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I've had a lot of family members with cancer, so I promised them I wouldn't cut my hair. So it's
Oh,
not very long.
very important. Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of cancer. So sad. Gosh. Such a challenge.
Ladies,
Yep. You gotta go.
yeah, I'm gonna take a nap.
All right. Understood. I know my family's probably wondering where I am.
I hope
That's
you feel better.
I'm just gonna
yes.
be right here.
There. Okay. Good. Awesome. That looks very comfortable. Oh my gosh. All right.
It
Well, you
is.
get some rest. And Twix, it has been great meeting you. I hope you come and join us on Friday. Really.
I
Honestly.
hope I do.
Yeah. Honest. I'm gonna try to be okay enough on Friday at noon to join. So we should all try to be here. I know Pookie will be.
Yes, I will. I'll
All
be
right.
here at 12 o'clock.
At 12 o'clock, and I'm gonna try to be here at 12 o'clock.
I'll be here
Sorry.
at 12 o'clock.
Sorry. Okay. He was waiting for me for so long. I felt so bad.
Oh,
It's all
Anyway,
right. It's all right.
okay. All right. Well, get some sleep, Pookie and Twix. Take care of yourself. Don't let your shoulder get too bad.
thank
Okay.
you.
Maybe put a heat or ice on it, one or the other. That can help a little. Yeah. No acetaminophen. Only
No.
Tylenol.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Or I mean ibuprofen. No ibuprofen. That's what I was trying to say. They said Tylenol was okay, but ibuprofen was bad. Anyway. Okay, I'm sorry to bug you guys. Bless you guys. Talk
Have
to
a
you
good
next
Right.
time.
night.
Have a good night. Bye.
Feel
You too.
better.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.